Good evening. I am going to discuss with you the Research Triangle Software 8-1 case study for GVV. This is going to be my third presentation, and it is going to go over the Oak Manufacturing and Tar and Heel Inc. and the Research Triangle Software case study that was given. Oak Manufacturing is the main party in the case. They are looking to implement an ERP system in their organization. The stake for Oak is getting an efficient ERP system that meets their requirements. R and Hill is another party involved because they were chosen to pick an ERP system that will meet Oak Manufacturing's needs. The stake that they have will be lost revenue if they do not push their own software, and their integrity if they do not push their software over a better product that's on the market. The third party involved is going to be Research Triangle Software. They are a client of Tar and Hill, and they are a contender for the software that they are trying to implement at Oak Manufacturing. RTS is going to lose out on revenues that would have been gained through the relationship that they would have established with Oak Manufacturing. Positions that are held by Steve and Gary. Steve wants to push Tar and Hill software. He believes that their software should be picked. Roseanne would want to say that this is a conflict of interest for the client, which would be Oak Manufacturing, and compromises the firm's position as a neutral third party. Gary wants to push the Research Triangle software because he feels that there is an obligation to their current client. They want to make them happy, and they want to create additional revenue services for their own firm. Roseanne's argument with this one should be that this actually makes her analysis redundant, and their first obligation is to their client. The levers that would be available for them is the senior management is placing money over integrity. Um, this is an unethical choice that would have an impact on their moral standing within their business, as well as professional careers. When you're putting profit over ethics and integrity, this also has effects on their long-term consequences because they're just looking at short-term benefits. This could actually make it hard for them to do business in the future. Roseanne should actually voice her ethical values, her objectivity, her transparency. Her strongest persuasive response and rationalization would be the integrity and credibility. Money cannot always be the driving decision for ethical decisions. The leadership style that Steve demonstrates is democratic style. He can delegate to his subordinates, but he ultimately holds the card to make the decision. So in this, Steve is trying to influence Roseanne's decision. He's thinking about those short-term benefits. He lacks objectivity because he's promoting his organization's own self-interests. If he chooses to overturn the decision, it shows that Steve's consent to violate independence expectations when it benefits him and his firm, because there is a conflict of interest and the unethical decision making, which would hinder their independence. There are violations of the AICPA Code of Professional Conduct. This is evident in their integrity, which that would be Steve's choice to use Tar and Hill software. He's lost integrity because he's not being honest with himself or his clients. Objectivity is violated because their objectivity is obsolete when there's a conflict of interest between Research Triangle Software and the Tar and Hill Corporation. Their independence would be a similar situation. It would be similar also to what Arthur Accounting experienced, where it was hard to be independent when both of those services are in-house. So when they're providing auditing services and also other services such as the ERP software service. Um, these these are the reasons why I think that, I mean, there was actually a red flag as soon as it read because of that reason right there, that they actually hold them as a client. So I think that Roseanne should stick to her guns and tell them that this is unethical. You're violating our code of conduct.